You know when you've heard a song a bunch of times, and maybe you've even sung along with it a bunch of times, and then suddenly you hear it, and you hear it with fresh ears, and you realize maybe it's way dirtier than you ever realized? I remember the first time that happened to me, I was in about 6th grade, and I heard the song Every Morning by Sugar Ray.
Every morning there's a halo hanging from the corner of my girlfriend's 4-post bed.
I realized we weren't talking about an angel's halo, we were maybe talking about some reproductive protection. And all at once, my innocence was lost. Suddenly I started hearing every single song and thinking, is this one about sex? Is this one about sex? And by the way, Mom, remember when we talked a few weeks ago and you said, I don't think I like the idea of that video, I don't want to watch that? This is that video. Today we're going to be talking about country songs that make you say, which is just an advertiser-friendly way of saying dirty country songs, or songs with strange and or questionable content. Obviously, there are artists like Wheeler Walker Jr. who has tons of songs that are meant to be provocative, have tons of shock value, have very sexual content. And then there are other kind of comedy acts like the Hot Country Knights, who have the current hit Moose Knuckle Shuffle.
Everybody do the Moose Knuckle Shuffle.
About being a dude in some really, really tight jeans. But we will leave the comedy country scene to another video. For now, let's just look at a bunch of songs with a bunch of weird lyrics. So in this video, I want to start off with some kind of just questionable songs, then talk about some sexual songs, and then talk about some debates where the jury is out on what these lyrics really mean. First one I gotta talk about is Garth Brooks' classic, That Summer. This is a song about a teenage boy that goes to help out a much older woman, a widow, on a farm for the summer. And as the summer drags on and the woman takes an interest in the boy and suddenly starts wearing a dress she hasn't worn in a while, they end up hooking up. The song says she had a need to feel the thunder, and she takes the boy's virginity. I can honestly say the meaning of this song went right over my head for many, many years. I think it was like not until last year even that I heard the song, and I hadn't heard it in years, and I was like, oh, I just kind of liked the lines about thunder and lightning growing up. Apparently Garth has told other reporters that it's a GILF anthem, and I would just say, maybe don't do that, because if the gender roles were reversed here, I don't know that anyone would liking this song. But let's just say that the guy's 18 or 19, keep it safe and funny for all of us, right? And then the other song that you know has to be in this kind of questionable section is Fancy by Bobbie Gentry and Reba McEntire.
She said, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down.
Fancy is a song about prostitution, about building a better life through manipulating older men for sex. But there's this strength in the song too, because Fancy is looking back on her life and saying,
You know I might have been born just plain white trash, but Fancy was my name.
she's proud of the way that she got money from people and climbed up the ladder. Even so, it's kind of a weird song about a mom whoring her daughter out. But that's also what makes it fascinating and a classic, and I ain't got no problem with Fancy. And then let's move into the more sexually explicit lyrics. And the first song in this area is definitely Ever Lovin' Hand by Tyler Childers.
They got my favorite lotion here.
In Ever Lovin' Hand, Tyler Childers is just lonely out on the road, but fortunately his hotel has his favorite lotion, and he has his hand, and he is thinking about his wife who's back home, and he's getting business done. I remember grocery shopping when I first heard this song, and just my earphones were in and I was blushing. It truly puts a new meaning into the line, "It gets so hard out on the road." Also in this sort of humorous vein is Eric Church's Leave My Willie Alone.
She won't leave my Willie alone.
In this song, Eric Church has broken up with a girl, but she can't stop listening to his old records. So she keeps coming back to his house after the breakup because she can't leave his Willie alone. She wants to hear that Willie Nelson, or maybe do some other stuff. And honestly, there's not even a mention of Willie Nelson in the song. And if you're not from America and Willie is not slang from wherever you're from, Willie is something people say instead of
that certain part of the male body.
Then we have a truly foul song called Bob That Head by Rascal Flatts. I was unaware of this song until I put the call out on Instagram for other songs with innuendos. That's when I learned of the existence of this random Rascal Flatts cut. Yes, the squeaky clean, hair-gelled band of country music that sings God Bless the Broken Road. Rascal Flatts are telling a girl to get on in their car as they recline the seat and throw up a rockin' sign as she bobs her head to the rhythm. I mean, come on. Guys. I did not see this coming from you. Now this one's a little bit subtler. I didn't catch it the first like 25 times I heard this song. But Tip of My Tongue by Kenny Chesney.
It's a long way down to where I wanna go.
I remember reviewing it last year and being like, I don't really get what this song is about. I don't really understand it. And then, sure enough, I was in my car again and I realized all at once what this song involving a sort of sensual vibe and a guy's tongue was about. It's a long way down to where I want to go, says Kenny, who also describes himself as a loaded gun. Apologies if I am ruining this sweet, innocent song about island love, but it ain't that innocent. Another funny one is Brad Paisley's Ticks.
I'd like to check you for ticks.
This song is stupid and it's trying to be. It's about wanting to go on a long walk through the woods, wanting to get out into the sticks with a girl, and then wanting to check her for ticks. I don't know if you ever went to summer camp where you have to kind of, scan someone's body and make sure no ticks have gotten anywhere, but this has got to be one of the most backwoods ways of describing wanting to get down with somebody that country music's ever had. Also in this realm is Miranda Lambert's Fine Tune. Now in this song, Miranda Lambert is almost describing her love as a car that needs fixin'. Fortunately, a guy comes along and looks under the hood and revs it up for her. She calls him the love innovator that brings all the right tools, and then says he started tweaking on a little knob that she didn't even know was there. And then she gets dizzy, and then the car starts running better, and it still gets revved up, and I think you're getting what I'm laying down here. Now speaking of cars, we also have Alan Jackson's Country Boy.
I'm a country boy, got a four-wheel drive.
Now, although I love Alan Jackson and think he has been a stalwart, great force for country music, this is definitely my least favorite single of his, and I kind of think it ushered in the bro country era. This song is all about a country boy wanting a girl to hop on in his truck so he can show her how things are really done. He wants her to climb on in his bed and he'll take her for a ride.
I can get you where you need to go, 'cause I'm a country boy.
And when they're on that ride, he can wind it up or he can slow it down. And when they're getting close, they can slide on out when they're going into town. Alan Jackson wrote this himself, and I think him and his thrush tubes, as he mentions in the song, might have been a little horned up when he wrote it. And then I got two songs where I'm going to need you guys to weigh in, because these are some major lyrical mysteries on whether or not these songs are dirty. And in the first case, it's not even a whole song that we're wondering if it's dirty, it's just specifically one lyric, and it's Florida Georgia Line's Sundays. Now in this song, in one of the verses, they say,
I'll sit you up on the kitchen sink and stick a pink umbrella in your drink.
the first time I heard this, I was like, oh, that is the foulest way of describing
That certain part of the male body.
a pink umbrella. It's also kind of horrifying, the idea that it opens. But I've heard a lot of people push back on that and be like, ew, no, y'all are being freaking perverted. But are we? Isn't it kind of right there?
Stick a pink umbrella in your drink.
In the middle of this kind of party song about getting high and having fun on Sunday. Certainly not going to church on this Sunday. And then the other one, and probably my favorite and the most ridiculous one, is Jason Aldean's Big Green Tractor. This is one of my favorite debates in country music. Is the big green tractor, in fact,
That certain part of the male body.
and if so, what a horrible euphemism for it. Why is it green? There are many people that would say the big green tractor, the invitation to climb on in his lap and ride on the big green tractor, is in fact talking about sex. Whereas a bunch of other people would just say, no, he's saying, do you want to ride around on a John Deere tractor? I put up a poll on Instagram and only 38%, but that's still a pretty big number, said it was about sex. Otherwise, everyone said it was about a tractor, you perv. But anyway, that's my video of some country songs that make you say, or Depending on your mood. I should edit that out. Give this video a like if you liked it. Let me know some other weird country innuendos in the lyrics. And I'll see you with some much more PG videos soon.